My name is Joe Ramstead, and I'm excited to share with you my research proposal pitch entitled Examining the Impact of SAE for All Implementation in School-Based Agricultural Education. Let's get started by reviewing the brief roadmap. We'll get started with an introduction and overview of existing literature. Then we'll review the research questions, methodology, limitations, and implications of the research. SAE for All, or Supervised Agricultural Experience for All, is a program that provides all agricultural education students with access to experiential learning. Toombs et al. Says that agricultural education can be described best as a three-circle or three-component model consisting of classroom instruction, supervised agricultural experience, or SAE, and FFA leadership development. SAE for All is an idea that we can get every single student in agricultural education with the opportunity to gain experiential learning. Rufus Stimson kind of coined this idea with the home project concept that was developed in 1908, where students would take the concepts that they learned in their agricultural classes and apply them to the fields and farms that they had back at home. And while agriculture has certainly evolved since then, and not every student has a farm, the idea of supervised agricultural experience lives on, and we want to ensure that all students have access to experiential learning outside of the classroom. The language in the Vocational Education Act of 1963 kind of dissuades some other career tech education areas away from projects like supervised agricultural experiences within their context, but it's continued to have been a push within agriculture to continue to have SAE programming running within classrooms. However, we recognize that SAE is probably the most challenging area of the three-circle model, and that's been cited multiple times by the literature, including Ritalik from 2010. We also recognize that there is a huge labor shortage within the agricultural industry, and SAE provides students with the skills that they need to succeed in careers within agriculture and expose them to careers in general as well. As hinted to, there are a variety of different barriers and benefits relating to supervised agricultural experiences in SAE for All that have been cited by the literature. Some benefits of SAE for All includes every single student within agricultural education. It hones in on student skills, including academic and career skills, and it helps teachers fulfill the three-circle model. Barriers include limited record-keeping skills by students, limited knowledge by students and teachers about SAE for All, and lack of facilities for some schools. The research questions that guided the study include: to what extent did the SAE for All training or prior experiences influence teachers' ability to implement the SAE for All model? What are the perceived barriers to have influenced agricultural education teachers' abilities to implement SAE for All within their program? And after adopting the SAE for All model within their classroom, what has been the perceived outcome of SAE for All implementation? The methodology can be described in three key steps. First, we have design. Cresswell and Cresswell describe our research design method as sequential exploratory mixed methods, meaning that we begin with a qualitative instrument, which for us will consist of a survey administered on Qualtrics, followed up with an interview with participants who are interested in expressing their experiences further. Our convenient sample will consist of approximately 100 Iowa agricultural education teachers who completed the SAE for All training. The research is then intended to understand and better see their perceptions of how they implemented their SAE for All training within their classroom and the impact that it had on their program. Methodology will consist of having an IRB approval and consent form that's developed and approved. Then we will conduct field testing and reliability checks as referenced by Cresswell and Cresswell to ensure that the instruments and questions are measuring the intended outcomes. We will also have an expert panel to review and critique questions and make adjustments as needed. Interviews will be recorded on Zoom and transcribed on a digital software package. Qualitative and quantitative data will be stored securely as recommended by Cresswell and Cresswell, and pseudonyms will be used in any publications. Identifiers and any disclosed information will also be removed, so we are protecting the rights and privacy of our individuals. Quantitative data will be utilized on Qualtrics, and qualitative data will be analyzed on transcripts from Zoom. We also recognize that there are limitations and implications to the research. We recognize that one limitation is that it is a small population that's being used, simply because I was one of the first states to utilize the SAE for All training, so that's the population we have to work from. We also are not able to measure some of the variables such as personal background or beliefs prior to the training, since the training already happened, so that could be considered a lurking variable or limitation. And some implications: we can utilize the results to better inform research practices and professional practice relating to future training opportunities in SAE for All to make improvements or enhancements. We also recognize that there's an opportunity to conduct research and develop resources to help better engage students within SAE for All. Here are the references. Here's a review of our roadmap, and I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and please offer any suggestions or feedback that you have for me. Thank you.